I think Courtney turned us down too much. I can't hear anything.
I'll turn you up.
Can you hear?
Yeah, I'm good.
There, I'm coming back now.
Is that better?
A little.
How about that?
Yes, that's much better.
Ha ha ha.
There's a funny little residual buzz when I talk in my right earphone, but I'm assuming that's just a problem with my crummy right earphone.
Yeah, I don't hear it.
Okay.
So it's not me.
Oh,
I
my
don't think
microphone does not smell any better this week.
You should have taken the windscreen home and washed it.
Oh, I forgot. Should I go shut that curtain? It's sort of like a big blank eye staring at us. I'll do it. Hold on.
Go ahead. Here she goes. She's crossing the room. She's closing the curtain to have more privacy from anybody who might be looking in.
Like Abe.
Like there's a dog out there.
I don't mind the dog.
I know it's the guy that came with the dog. That guy. He's actually a friend of ours, but we're very private.
It's fine. I just don't. Oh, I left a little crack. He can maybe see you. Sorry. That curtain doesn't exactly fit that window. If you pull it all the way to one end, there's a little gap on the other side.
Yeah. It's like my house is like that too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Welcome, folks. You've tuned in to 11th Hour Radio. Look, I'm going to introduce us like right away without prompting.
Wow.
Kristina Stykos and Emily Howe, WFER-LP 96.5, Royalton Community Radio. We thank our sponsors and underwriters, Mountain Folk, Concert Series, Tunbridge Grease Collective, Howevale Farms. So you know what? If we actually thanked people regularly, like decent human beings, we wouldn't forget who our sponsors were.
No, we'd forget. You can't even remember the station.
Well...
So I don't think it's going to get
numbers.
better.
You know, I've never been good with numbers. You know what? Speaking of numbers, oh my God. Okay, my kids' math homework is so hard that I don't even. So they're just. I keep seeing stuff like, bleh, our school scores are so low.
Yeah,
you know, we're low and blah blah blah. But like they're doing stuff that they shouldn't maybe be doing yet. Okay, when did you take calculus? High school, right?
College, yeah.
See? Okay, so they're bumping them up. The little 8th graders are taking calculus.
Really?
Yeah, they're past algebra.
The calculus doesn't even make sense.
No, it doesn't. And like, then guess what, people? Your parents can't help them with homework because I failed every math class that I took in high school.
Well,
I have no idea how I graduated. I was just smart in other things.
You're off the hook then, which is cool. You don't have to do it.
The best grade I ever got was like a D- in algebra, and that's as far as I went in math. So helping my kid with his homework right now is not working out for me very well.
Okay.
I could have been a straight A student, but math is a thing. So instead I was not a straight A student.
Yeah, my kids blame me for the fact that they can't do math.
Yeah, mine blame me as well.
Yeah, but not because I can't do math. I was actually good at math. It's because
so
I sent them to a school that they claim did not
teach them
have
math.
the proper focus on mathematics.
I think our school definitely has a good focus on mathematics, but I think that a lot of the teaching that happens is after hours with parents helping them and them getting the practice in, and I literally can't help them. Yeah. And John is even almost running out of his help, and John's good at math. Mm-hmm. But he has to go back in the math books and read the chapters and really concentrate before he can even figure out what the heck is supposed to be going on.
Oh, they're just trying to confuse us.
Why are we pushing our kids to be more and more? I mean, I know that
it keeps them out of trouble.
It doesn't seem to me like the world has gotten exponentially smarter since you and I were kids. Do you think?
No.
So why are they pushing the kids to advance so far so fast?
It's a brainwashing agenda.
And then acting like, we're not doing enough and our scores are low and our kids aren't doing as well as other kids. Like, when can kids just be kids?
Well, your kids are kids a lot.
I know.
Except
but like
doing calculus, but otherwise I'd say they're doing
I don't know if it's
great.
Calculus. I know that the 8th graders do eventually do calculus in our school, and I just think that's crazy.
Yeah. Well,
I don't think I can even spell calculus.
You want to go right into spelling words? Is that what you're implying? I do have 2 spelling words today.
Oh, all right. Well, you might
okay,
as well
the first one, let's start with the easy one because I think you'll just enjoy it.
Let me uncap my pen.
Ready?
Yep.
Pajamas.
Oh, don't be silly.
Go ahead. If it's so easy.
Pajamas.
Oh, you got it.
I write that word a lot.
I wanted you to feel
It's my
that,
favorite
that sense of
article
accomplishment.
Thanks.
Okay.
You're just trying to
But
trick
when
me.
I had to spell it this morning, and I spelled it with a Y the first time, pajamas. I don't know, like
Pajamas?
like Pythagoras,
Okay.
Pythagoras, pajamas. It's
You know, if you're ever stumped on how to spell pajamas, you could just say PJs
or jammies.
or jammies.
Jammies. That's probably the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that was good. I did have a second one. That's
Yeah,
a
this
little,
is not going to go
a
as
little
well.
harder.
I can already tell by this
No,
smug look on your face.
It's not a terribly bad one. Let me find it. It must be on page 4.
Is it mailbox? I see that written on the back.
No, where is it?
Flip your whole sheet over.
No, but it's not. No, here it is. Okay, ready?
Yes.
Disastrous.
Oh dear.
Can you believe that band called Butthole Surfers?
That's been around since I was
I never
a kid.
heard. There's things I've just been so sheltered about. Living in the woods. You know, if you live in the woods, you miss things, especially the 80s. Like I missed the whole 80s, as you know.
Well, I did know about the Butthole Surfers.
Okay,
Probably
well, I
listened
just
to them.
yeah. Courtney just played a track by them, and I was like, "What? Really? There's a band called that?
Hang on, I'm going to rate this a couple times just to see if
Really?
I
You're
can
having that much trouble with it?" I thought it would be. Well, it's kind of moderate.
I wrote it the same.
It's not-
I wrote it the same way twice. I write DISASTEROUS.
That's what I did. That's what.
It's not right, is it?
No, great minds.
They take
think
that
alike,
E
though.
out and they do something else, don't they?
Yeah, it's not disastrous.
It's disaster.
It's like Toys R Us.
Okay, say it. Spell it. I'll write it carefully.
Okay.
Dis.
Astrus.
Oh.
DISASTR. Oops. I just lost my ability to hear myself. What happened?
What?
Huh, can you hear me? That's
Yep.
really weird.
I can hear you.
Oh. Huh. Let's see which
Did
channel.
we ever
it's
find out the
on.
way to get this show offline the way that...
Yeah, I did. I
Oh.
can do it. I know how
You
to
know
do
how
it.
to do it?
Yeah.
Then you might not have to change the batteries.
Well, let's go to a song.
Don't say that I can do better. Don't say I'm better than that. Don't say that I deserve better. Better than what? Better than what? Better than what? Better than the thump of our hearts in the night. Better than stealing a touch out of sight. Better than chasing the sound of his voice. Better than giving up all other choice. Better than that. Better than that. Better than that. Don't say that I can do better. Don't say I'm better than that. Don't say that I deserve better. Better than what? Better than what? Better than what? Better than what? Better than plotting times only we know. Better than wishing we'd never let go. Better than goodbyes in every kiss. Better than knowing each minute I'll miss. Better than this. Better than this. Better than this. Don't say that I can do better. Don't say I'm better than this. Don't say that I deserve better. Better than what? Better than what? Better than what? Better than what? Better than sitting alone wondering when. Better than not knowing if ever again. Better than daydreaming scenes endlessly. Better than knowing that it'll never be. Better than this. better than this. Don't say that I can do better. Don't say I'm better than this. Don't say that I deserve better. Better than what? Better than what? Better than what? Better than what?
Ooh. Okay.
Ooh, I'm glad you're back. That was
Back in action.
A painful 4 seconds that I had to.
I know. But I was smart. I had batteries.
That was
But
smart.
yeah, they shouldn't run out that fast. I actually take them out of the recorder after I use it every week. So I'm not, there's no way.
Do you think
that
that's
they're-
good for batteries, or do you think it's bad? Like, how they've done the study on like light switches. It's actually it causes more energy loss if you people think like,
them
oh, if you turn it off and on, you'll save energy. But I guess the actual act of turning it on sucks more energy than it would if you just left it on.
Yeah, no.
You don't think it's the same with batteries?
No, because I just turned it off like once or twice.
Yeah.
So it's not excessive.
Yeah. My dad goes and tries to turn off my grandpa's hearing aid batteries at night in the nursing home.
Yeah. Why?
Because he's asleep and he thinks it'll make the batteries last longer.
Oh,
because my dad goes to the nursing home and changes my grandpa's batteries every 4 days because that's how long his hearing aid batteries work.
I see.
Wouldn't you think that's something that the nursing home people would do? But I guess they don't. But anyway, so he pops them out at night whenever he can so that they don't.
Wow.
So they can last a little bit longer.
That's efficient.
Yeah.
That's detailed.
Hearing aid batteries must be very small.
Small, like tiny houses.
Like those little kinds that go in watches, right?
Mm-hmm.
That people accidentally eat all the time because they look like candy.
Yeah,
or whatever.
tiny is kind of a relative term, right?
Yeah.
But I wanted to tell you about a Tupperware fail that I had this week.
You're still using
I'm
Tupperware?
kind of upset about it. Well, a friend brought me Tupperware with some delicious stuff in it. I mean, here's
use mason jars and glass.
No, somebody brought me a delicious piece of
leaches
pie.
death into your food. Okay, fine. What?
Okay, you want to hear the story?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so they brought me from Thanksgiving this beautiful piece of apple pie, and a beautiful piece of chocolate pie.
Oh, good. Those are my two favorite
in a
pies.
Tupperware.
Yes.
And so I was so excited.
I would risk it leaching death to eat those pies.
Well, but I ended up, they were so beautiful looking and I was so desperate for pie that I just gobbled them down. But I knew there was a taste in there that was wrong. And I finally figured out.
Taste of death?
No, it wasn't death. It was a taste of dishwashing liquid, like some strong dishwashing liquid that had seeped into the Tupperware. That perfume was then seeping into the pie.
Bad.
I know, but that just really bummed me out. Kind of wrecked Thanksgiving for me.
Yeah. Chemicals.
Yeah,
chemicals wreck most things, really.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, how was your week? It
was really hectic. It was so snowy. We do live in a totally different climate. Well, you are up high too. Like everywhere else, it's lots of snow and everyone lost their power and bad stuff. But you come up to our house and it's literally like you can't walk. It's up to your thighs. Like you cannot function. You can't get your cars out. You can't do anything. It's a lot of snow. And we lost a lot of trees and I was really sad about that because I don't have any way to deal with it at the moment. If it was a normal time and there wasn't 3 foot of snow on the ground and the trees fell over, I'd be kind of like, oh, good. Well, the silver lining is we can use that for firewood.
Mm-hmm.
But all of our tractors can't go in the snow. We don't have anything to go in the snow. So there's no way to get the trees for firewood, right now.
I see.
And that's annoying. And they broke things, too. Like, one fell in our barn. One crushed our fence. One, they went all up and down our driveway and in the woods. And it's just messy. And the trouble with our property is we have to keep everything looking really nice because we're a wedding venue. And we're not by nature, super extra tidy people. I would be if I lived all by myself. My house would be really clean because I'm kind of a OCD neatnik.
Yeah.
But John and the boys could literally care less if they're wallowing in filth. So it's really hard to keep the place clean. And so having just down trees and rubble everywhere is going to be a challenge.
It's a psychological challenge for you.
God.
Mostly.
Yeah.
Well, but it was kind of a good week to ski, sort of, but not really.
We did
ski
ski
you
a lot.
ski?
Yep. We packed down our whole skiing field. And
that's impressive.
Yeah.
I took an epic ski.
Awesome.
And you know, when I say epic, it means that it was problematic in some way.
Oh.
Which turned it into...
Did you try your telemark skis?
No. I took my backcountry skis out, and the snow was wet.
Yeah, you had to pack it first.
Stuck. No, this is cross-country skiing. You don't pack stuff down. You just go into the woods and you walk around.
Where were you storing your cross-country skis beforehand?
My skis are outside.
Okay,
yeah,
so
they're not
sticky because they're inside.
No, but it was kind of like a forced march in Siberia.
Yeah,
like
you needed some
three
sort
miles.
of specific wax, which I can never keep track of which wax goes for what. So I basically am like, wow, if my skis aren't moving right now, well,
yeah.
Whatever. I'm not going to deal with that waxing.
I didn't wax. I was too much of a hurry to get it out there, so I didn't use any wax. But I was able to practice this technique that I call the advanced. It's an advanced tactical maneuver, and it's when you're out in the woods, and you get to a stream, and you can't cross it, and you're on skis. So you take
Don't try to span it like a crossed way. Like, you got to sidestep that.
No,
you can snap those puppies. I've done that before.
Yeah.
It seemed fun because it was a little brook to stick the tips of my skis on one end and the tails on the other end and kind of just bounce up and down over the air for a minute. But then my ski actually snapped. So
yeah, also if you get your skis wet.
Yeah, then
you're in
really,
trouble.
Yeah.
Especially at the beginning of because I was in the middle of the woods. I was like a mile in. And if I had gotten my skis wet.
There's where snowshoes are a better little buddy.
So this maneuver.
Yeah.
It's basically you take your skis off and you throw them across the stream.
Oh, yeah. That is a good maneuver.
Yeah. So that is my advanced technical
Doesn't
maneuver.
work great if they go under the snow and you don't know where they went, though. You want to hope that they stab in and stick out.
Yeah, it worked out, kind of, but that was the part that worked. Then, so all the snow is sticking to my skis. So basically, I'm just walking on my skis through the woods for miles, and then I'm expecting, when I get back down to the road, it's going to be plowed, so it's going to be great.
Right.
Because I was getting
lumpy snow.
Yeah, I was getting really exhausted.
Yeah.
So I'm breaking out of the woods. I'm coming down, and then. It wasn't plowed. And it was another mile of unplowed.
Maybe you should have just taken them off and dragged them behind you.
I did that once, not this time, but I did it a couple of years ago. I had to actually take the skis off because I couldn't move. I couldn't even walk.
Here comes that train.
Yeah, here's the train.
I see it. It's a Polar Express.
It's louder today. It's filled with toys.
Toys.
Yeah. I can tell because it's a joyful whistle, so it's filled with toys.
It was more joyful today.
Yeah.
It was not
last week we couldn't even hear it. It was so...
It was all bummed out sounding.
Yeah, I don't know about that. So that was the epic ski.
Wow.
And I had a lot of issues with, so far this season, with people trying to come see me in their cars, in the wrong, basically coming to see me in the wrong car.
Yep.
And then the car sliding backwards into a ditch.
I need to get the snow tires on my Subaru. The snow tires are on the Prius, which literally makes the Prius basically what a regular car without snow tires would be like. So no good.
Yeah.
And then John's Honda Civic also has on snow tires. But again, it's a Civic.
Yeah.
And that doesn't do great in the snow. And I'm like, why... in heaven's name didn't we put the snow tires on the Subaru, the one that actually has all-wheel drive and actually functions really well in the snow?
Yes, these are good questions that you're asking.
Yeah. I guess the reason that we didn't was because the Subaru has the most expensive tires because they're the largest and the most, whatever the type that they are is more expensive. So
yeah.
But I still think it's very impractical because now we have two cars with snow tires that still cost money. And they don't really work in the snow. So,
right.
Whatever the practicality of John's reasoning in the snow tire department, I just do not I don't agree.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people have problems like this. You're not the only one. So Julie, she was the latest
Julie
casualty.
got stuck too.
Well, so what happened is she's
Doesn't
just
Julie have a truck?
Well, but the truck is like falling apart, so she decided to take the car. And I guess when she left, the weather wasn't really that bad, but she texted me and said she was going to come drop this thing off, and so I said fine. I texted her back. I said fine. I just gotten back from my epic ski.
So you're already having an awesome day.
Yes, I'm taking off like my soaking wet clothes. And then I get this text from her that says, "I'm walking up your hill." And I'm like,
with a pair of snow-laden skis.
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure. I just didn't hit me. Like I thought, why is she walking up my hill? It didn't really compute. So I texted back, "Well, you want a lift?" And I still hadn't put it together. So I get in the car and I drive down the hill, and it's dark now. Okay, so I drive down the hill, and on the steepest part of the road, I'm barreling down the hill, and I see a car that's like sideways.
Oh, no.
It's blocking the road.
Oh, no.
So I hit the brakes, and luckily I don't slide into her car.
Where was she, though?
Well, I thought, geez, she must be around here somewhere.
You would think you would already have passed her. Did you run her over? Where was she?
Well, I start to worry about it. Like, did I run her over? Did I knock her off?
You don't actually look
ditch?
when you're driving, so you may have.
Exactly. So
Oh my God.
So I sat in the car with the headlights on for a while, and I thought if she's around, she'll come hop in the car
out of the woods.
But she didn't. So I had to back the car up because I couldn't pass her. I had to back the car up like half a mile, and my car doesn't have a functioning emergency brake, so I couldn't get out and like clear the snow off the back window.
Oh, right.
So I had to open the driver's side door.
Oh, yeah,
and
that
like
always
back.
works
Yeah.
well.
And then just so I'm barreling up the road backwards, and my neighbors are out on their ATVs trying to feed their pigs, and they must have thought it was absolutely crazy because
They already thought that about you. So
that's
don't worry
right.
about it.
They had just seen me go down.
You ought to just keep giving them evidence until they're afraid.
I know. So I get back to my house. And then I get another text. And let's see, what did the next text say? I'm trying to remember here. She said she's lost on my road. She thinks she passed my driveway in the dark.
What? Julie knows where you live.
I know, but somehow on foot she was perplexed, and in the dark she passed my driveway, and now she's down. Who knows where she is?
In the woods? But they don't plow past your driveway. Was
I
she
know.
just wading up to her knees?
I don't know. So I said, okay. So I put my headlamp on, and I like put a coat over my pajamas, because at this point, this is where pajamas comes up, right?
Yes.
So I put the coat over my pajamas, and I head out into the night up the snowy road in the dark, and I go all the way up to the next house, and she's not there. And I'm like, wait, like how far did she go?
Wow.
So I come all the way back. I walk all the way back.
Does she have a light, I wonder?
Well, it turns out the second time I went out to look for her, I found her. She had a headlamp. She had a plastic sled with provisions on it. She had a ski pole, and she was like pretty happy out there.
Oh. She's just ready to build an igloo and pack it in for the night?
Yeah. I don't know.
It's kind of impressive.
But anyway, it turned into a slumber party because she was not going to get back home in that car. We had to call the tow truck and everything.
Oh, man.
So that was an extension of my epic ski turned into an epic rescue operation.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's the kind of week I've had. Well, Jupiter's conjunct the sun, which is actually the luckiest day of the year, was on Monday and Tuesday.
Last Monday and Tuesday? I don't feel like they were very
lucky.
lucky.
What happened to you? Anything lucky?
I don't think so. Well, snow days were lucky. I think we had a snow day.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. We got a Christmas tree, but that was before that. We watched West Side Story. I don't know. Nothing really super lucky feeling happened, I don't think.
Did you get mail this week?
One day we didn't. The mail truck couldn't get through because there were too many trees down on our road. But
yeah, because I put mail in my mailbox which I don't usually do. You know, you put it in the mailbox and then you put the flag up.
Yeah.
That whole thing. Because I
didn't leave.
I have a P.O. box, so I don't usually...
Ours might have been stopped a couple days, actually.
Well, and I was smart because I put my letter in a plastic bag in the mailbox because I knew that it
you
might...
have a leaky old mailbox?
Yeah.
It might have been there for a couple days.
Yeah, when you open my mailbox, there's drifts inside it. So, but the mailman never picked it up. It was in there like for 3 days. So I finally brought it down to town today. I'm thinking...
Do they have a policy, like, if you have a post office box...
You get your money back for the letter?
You can't have
Oh, I see
a
what you're
mailbox?
saying.
Like,
I thought
do
you were
get
saying...
to have both? You're the only person I know that has both, I think.
Yeah. Why do I have both? I don't know. I don't know.
Is that your phone or my phone?
That's mine. I'll check it in a minute.
Mine doesn't whistle.
Yeah, no, I thought you were going to say that if they don't pick up your mail in 3 days, you get your money back on the letter.
Oh,
like, I don't know how much letters cost now. What, 56
like
cents
55
or
or
something?
something.
Yeah, that you might get your money back.
I don't
Like,
think
you should
so.
get double, you should get triple your money back for each day
Double
that
or
they don't send.
nothing.
Because this is for the DMV. This is to, like...
Oh, so
triple-
there's...
I have
Right,
to,
but you have a post office box. I think that means legally you can't have a mailbox. I think you can only have one place where mail goes.
they deliver to both. Well, because
there's
been...
packages can come to your physical address, but your mailing address, you can only have one, I think.
Look, junk mail can come anywhere. Junk mail gets through every location that it can
I guess
possibly
that's
get
true.
to. So,
I don't really know how it works then, Kristina.
all right, let's see. Maybe somebody texted me and they know. I don't know. Oh, she's listening. Julie's listening. she heard the story. Yeah. So, that's
funny.
great. So, yeah.
I'm in a parade tomorrow. I know you don't like parades, but
Well, I like it when you're in parades because you like parades. So that's fun.
I do like parades.
Is it the Woodstock parade?
No, it's not the
Randolph
Wassail Parade. I do sometimes do the Wassail Parade, but it's the Randolph Winter Lights Parade, and we will be clogging on a float, but I can't tell you what we're doing because that's a secret.
What's a secret?
What we're doing. I don't want anyone to scoop our idea. Scoop?
Scope out or scoop. Yeah. Scoop. Get the scoop. Okay. I won't tell
competition.
You can tell
It's a
me. I
competition.
won't tell anybody. I promise.
Well,
You could tell me. Come on.
I can't tell you.
Yes, you can.
I don't know if the enemy
Just
could
pretend.
be listening.
Just pretend you're not on the radio because usually you do.
No,
act
I did
like
that
you're not on
last
the
year,
radio.
and we accidentally swore. Remember?
Yeah, last week we swore.
We swore like
Did
a
anybody
couple times.
notice? We said the S word
Like
and then
twice,
and
and
then
then
the
Kristina
song.
played S-word
You said it
songs.
twice.
I don't know. I thought
No, you said it once. You said the S word once.
I probably said other bad words. I'm sorry.
No, you were just being
apologize.
expressive. It just was inappropriate for radio, but we apologize officially.
Yes.
And then I played a song that had us swear, and I do apologize for that. Not that the FCC is listening to my apology.
I hope the FCC never has listened to us. That would be bad.
Just really bad. Yeah.
Anyway, parades are fun. It's at night.
That's great.
There's going to be
I'm
sparkly
psyched.
lights everywhere and cocoa.
Tonight? Did
no,
you say?
tomorrow night.
Oh, tomorrow night.
In Randolph.
Okay.
But anyway,
Fun.
parades are fun. Christmas is fun. My vintage Santa collection is quite large right now, but not large enough. I need to get some more. I can never have too many vintage Santas.
Do you have
I'm super bummed. You know what is really bumming me out today? Okay, like everything cool always happens at the exact same moment. Like I have months that go by in my life where nothing cool happens ever, and then all of a sudden all the cool stuff clumps up on the same day,
Like
and then you have
what?
to pick which cool thing you're going to do.
what?
Like since it's so lovely and snowy out already, I told the kids when they came back next weekend we'd totally go skiing someplace because like the ski areas are opening early. Everything's cool because there's lots of snow.
Yeah.
And they plan to bring a couple little friends with them, and that's fun. And then I saw that our vet's office, the Country Animal Hospital, they're having complimentary bring your pets to have their picture taken with Santa at the exact same time that we plan to go skiing.
Oh, what a
And I'm
drag.
super bummed because
God.
I told John, even last year, I was bummed because we missed the dog sitting on Santa's lap, and I'm really... And my dog's sister, who lives in Bethel, got to go and see Santa, and I said, "Oh, we're gonna have them go together because wouldn't that be so cute?" My dog and her sister with Santa.
I'm having so much anxiety.
I'd had so much anxiety already because I was said, "What do I do? What do I choose? Do we split ourselves and
You know what
and
this
one
is?
of us takes the dogs to
This
see
is
Santa,
a classic case of option
and
anxiety.
the other one take the kids to go skiing? Like, what do I do? What do I do?"
It's bad.
And
What are you
Santa
gonna
Paws
do?
is only there.
Santa Paws? Is that what it is?
Yeah, from noon to
You're
2.
kidding me, right?
No.
This stuff is actually real.
Oh my God.
You're actually going to get your pet take.
I said I was going to do this last year. I promised.
Wait, I
Maeve.
must have not been paying
I promised
attention.
Maeve that I would take her to see.
Are you really saying that?
Yes, I'm really
Which
saying-
pet? Your big dog.
I'm going to bring
that's
both
as big
of
as
them.
your
I
car?
didn't promise. Brock doesn't know about it yet because we didn't have him last year.
Your dog doesn't know about it.
But
yet?
I told Maeve
What are
last
you gonna
year that I
tell
would
him?
definitely bring her to see Santa Paws.
You're going
this
to
year.
take one and not the other.
No, I'm going
That's
to
not
take them.
fair.
I'm going to take them both. I'm just saying one of them got promised last Christmas that I would take her, and the other one didn't because he didn't live with us
And you
yet.
hid it from the other?
He wasn't with
That
us yet.
is-
He lived with another family then.
I'm going to call the SPCA, the Cruelty
Anyway,
Society.
I feel torn
I'm going to
because
report you.
ultimately, I'm going to bring my kids skiing, and then the dogs are not going to get their
You know
picture
what?
taken with Santa Paws, and
I'm gonna report you for anthropomorphizing. You're busted, man.
The really awesome thing is you totally think I'm joking right now, and I'm not. Like, it's both are on my calendar, and I'm like, damn it.
I'm just jealous.
All I wanted to do was take the dogs to see Santa today and take their picture.
Is it mostly dogs, or can you take like hamsters and
the
stuff?
ad for Santa Paws had cats and dogs on the lap
Is
together.
it like a blessing? Is it like Santa blessing
That's
animals?
St.
Like-
Francis, I think, that is the animal blesser.
Right.
But Santa could
but
bless the
sometimes
animals,
people
I'm sure.
mix metaphors. So you could mix St. Francis with Santa Claus.
Ira wanted us to take all the pets, but see, the cats like get really nerved out
Your
when they go
rabbit?
to the... Yeah, and the cats and the rabbits have never been together, so I don't want Santa to have to hold cats, rabbits, and then have two enormous dogs on the sides. He's going to get scratched, and it's going to be bad. And the cats also get very upset at the vet. They don't love the vet. The dogs like it, but the cats don't, and they throw up with anxiety when you take them to the vet. So I don't really want to deal with the cats and the rabbit. Just the dogs. Wow. Maybe, you know what? An option
I'm
that could be
exhausted.
easier is if we just hire Santa to come to our house.
Yeah. It's a good plan. I'm sure you can find a Santa somewhere. He probably just
the
went
kids
by
were
on
like,
the
well, why don't we
Amtrak.
just have Grandpa or somebody else dress up like Santa?
For the animals?
I think the dogs are
For
going to
the
know.
pet- Wait a
I
minute.
think the dogs will know that it's not Santa if I have someone else dress up.
Why don't you get the kids to figure out what to do? Because you obviously are in a real tizzy about it. I don't think I think you've kind of lost your ability to be objective.
I
basically.
thought I was really upset about it last night, and I was like, it must be because I have a concussion. I don't think I have a concussion, or John thought it was because I had a concussion because I was dodging around a pile of laundry in my the entranceway. We have 3 bathrooms in the house, and one is kind of like my designated bathroom because it has like a little closet outside the bathroom. That's where I keep all my clothes, and I have so much clothes that I also have some bars that go in the doorways,
God,
and I hang clothes there.
I'm gonna need a map or a diagram to
Okay,
follow
well, I was trying
this.
to dodge basically a hanging rack of clothing that I have
Okay.
hanging in a doorway
I can see that.
coming out of my bathroom.
Right.
And I was trying to step over a laundry basket and dodge the hanging pile
Okay.
of dresses that were in my bathroom doorway.
Yep.
And I sort of slipped and I smacked my temple. I like just ran straight head on into the door frame. And then I had a horrible, horrible headache all day yesterday during Eli's page orientation and everything. And I was just like, ugh.
So John
It hurt.
thinks,
So when I started freaking out last night, when I found out that the Santa Paws was coming at the same time as our ski date, I was freaking out about it. And John was like, I think you must have a concussion because you're really upset about this. And I was like, I do not have a concussion. I would be upset about this even if I didn't whack my head. So that's what I'm telling you too.
Yeah, and I think just because you're mixed up about something does not mean you have a concussion because you're mixed
No.
up about a lot of stuff all the time.
Exactly.
So
Anyway. It's
Yeah.
just when you get some plan in your head and it sounds like it will be really fun and then you have to go and change all your plans. It's just really hard for me to deal with.
I get it.
Anyway.
I get it. Yeah, but you are trying to be sort of be everybody or just to be everything to everybody. You know what I mean? That's what happens sometimes over the holidays. You're trying to be everything to everybody. Unless you don't have anybody, and then you're not, which is perhaps an advantage.
Yeah.
You know, being single over the holidays does have that advantage because you don't have to do anything for anybody.
You had the advantage of the last few days because your power didn't go out.
Right. Yeah.
Because you don't have power.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you see that baby that only wants to listen to Led Zeppelin?
No.
I think you'd like that video.
That's like what Eli would have been if I let him listen to Led Zeppelin when he was a baby. They were really bummed at me the other day because I was telling them in the car. We were listening to classical music on it was an album, I guess. And it was like all the greatest hits, like classical stuff. Stuff that
Classical
even like...
hits?
Stuff that even people who don't listen to classical music would know. Like
Claire de Lune.
Claire de Lune, Pachelbel's Canon. Like all the biggies that, everybody's heard.
Easy listening classical.
Kinda. But they're all good ones. Like the kids obviously recognize them. And it was a CD actually that I'd found that I used to have. I had this special Walkman when I was pregnant with them that had or it wasn't a special Walkman, but it was special headphones that you could strap to your belly so that babies could hear. Because I read a study that said that if babies listen to classical music in the womb, they'll be smarter.
Do you still have those headphones?
They fell apart on my second
those.
pregnancy, and I put them back together with a pair of pantyhose so I could strap it around my belly. But both the kids listened to a ton of classical music because I'm an obsessive person about things like making your unborn baby smart. So I told them that they should love this music because they listened to it nonstop before they were born. And that kind of did convince them. They were like, oh, okay. Whenever they don't like to eat something, like Ira has a weird aversion to avocados lately. And I was like, this was your favorite food when you were a baby. And it actually gets him. As long as he knows that it like went in his mouth once without killing him, like he will eat it again. But so the same with music. If I'm like, you used to love this, then they'll like it.
Right. Right. Well,
but then Eli was annoyed that I didn't let it. He was like, why didn't you play me like all the great guitar players so that I would be like a better guitar player now?
Yeah, he's got a point.
I was like, I didn't. There was no study about that. There was just a study about classical music. Yeah, that's all they do studies about. They play it. They play it in barns for cows and for plants, and they are like, classical music makes milk production better. Classical music makes your plants grow better. I think music makes your unborn baby smarter. Like
they've expanded it a little bit.
Have they ever tried any other kind of music?
Yes.
Or is this a conspiracy theory from the cello players of the world?
No, they want to see also if they can upset plants. So they do like heavy metal to see if they can upset a plant.
I saw a thing that said that plants know when you're going to kill and eat them. I just wanted you to know that as a vegan. I mean, as a vegetarian.
Yeah, I've heard that argument before.
Okay. I'll still eat them.
Yeah, that does not.
See, I still eat chickens, so like I'm just
guilty?
not gonna. No,
you want me to feel guilty like you feel?
I still. Because
you had a hamburger this year.
Did I have a hamburger?
You had a hamburger this year.
I don't know.
If I'm gonna feel guilty about a plant, you've got to. I
had a pulled pork sandwich.
See, I told you.
Yep, that is the one meat that I had a month ago or so.
Yeah.
Pulled pork doesn't seem like meat, though. It's just like slathered in some tangy barbecue sauce.
The word pork.
I'm not crazy about pigs, really. The thing is, it comes down to like what I personally am attracted to in an animal. Like, if the animal doesn't just really make me super happy, then I guess I'm okay with eating it, which is weird, I suppose.
You haven't even tried living with pigs. How do you know? You don't like them. If you were going to eat an animal, wouldn't you eat a pig? You haven't been listening to me all year. I like the pigs.
No, I know you like the pigs. But don't they sort of personify like things that you don't like to you?
No, I don't project onto animals.
Have you ever really spent time around those pigs? Because pigs are kind of jerky. Like they'll eat you if you fall in there. So you could eat them and do it first.
What's your point?
I don't know.
I don't know where we're going with this. What are you trying to prove to me?
I don't want to eat a cow because I love them and they seem human to me. And I don't want to eat like goats and sheep and dogs and all those things.
So you're bringing up a good point,
but chickens actually sometimes I feel like they do me harm, and I don't feel a connection. I don't feel an affection that much to chickens.
Wait till you see this video, because the other video of the week was this guy. It's this really cute little video. The guy comes out with a wagon, like a garden weight cart, and it's filled with chicken feed. Yeah. And there's this whole flock of chickens that is following him. And so he starts to put the grain down, and so a bunch of the chickens come over. They start eating, and he just keeps going around and putting grain down. And then all of a sudden you can see, because it's time-lapse, so it's going pretty fast, that he's created a heart. Aww. And so you get a heart that's all chickens eating grain, and he comes into the middle of the heart, and he just kind of squats down like he's going into some kind of deep meditation on love.
Okay.
So that might make you like chickens, possibly. I think you should watch that just to upgrade your
Right, but the
opinion.
chickens aren't loving him back. They're loving his food. Like, I suddenly felt really bad because I saw a video of a guy who had a turkey friend, and the turkey came and, like, hugged him, and then I felt like, oh.
But you can love something that gives you the opportunity to love them.
Yeah.
You know, it's that opportunity to help or to, to improve the life of another being.
I know. I've just been attacked by chickens so much. I feel bad for, like, ants and things. Like, there's certain...
You feel more for an ant than a chicken?
Well...
Do you
no,
really?
No.
No, you don't.
I don't.
I don't think you do.
But I don't. Ants aren't
How about,
available
like,
for
opossums?
eating. I don't want to eat a possum.
It's because they have the bald skin. I think that people don't like them as much as, say, I don't know.
I don't feel any animosity toward possums, though. Like, I don't hate them and wish that they were eaten.
Well, we don't wish anything was eaten.
No. I guess I don't. But I do like the taste of chicken, and for some reason, I don't feel like I have connected to the chicken as another being as much as I should. So, maybe my brain does that so that I can still eat chicken because I like it.
Well, we have so many friends who are hunters, and so the best advice that I've found that I can give a hunter friend of mine, and I did this just last week. I think Dan Kinney was heading out to sit in his tree stand, and I just texted him. I said, have a good day. Don't hurt anything.
Yeah, hurting is different than killing, actually, too.
Not.
No, it is.
No.
Like, if an animal, even though I'm not really into eating meat at all, and I don't personally want to kill anything, I think if you do eat meat, you should have a connection to where that life came from. You shouldn't just buy it at the grocery store, because it's like you get to be desensitized then. So you're not even really like processing.
What? You get what?
You're desensitized.
Desensitized.
You're not understanding where your food came from.
Gotcha.
You think literally, or you can make yourself think in your head that it comes in a pretty little package and it's all
right.
You can distance yourself from the creature that it came from. I think that if you really want to eat meat, you need to understand the process, and if you're the one who takes that life, you have to do it as humanely and quickly as possible so that there is no hurting or pain for that animal.
Right.
Because
I get your point.
There is a circle of life, and probably people have always been eating meat, and there's just a way to do it that's right, and there's a way to do it that's wrong.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
Anyhow.
All right. Yeah, that's good. I'll let you.
But I'm a hypocrite because I have killed the chickens before, but I don't want to. I do want to buy them in their little package and just pretend that it's not an animal and eat it.
Sure.
I'm afraid. So I'm just being a jerk right now.
Okay. All right. And on that happy note, let's go to a song. We have a song called Schizophrenia, which is perfect for what we were just talking about, because I think,
I don't have schizophrenia.
Yes, but in our world, all these decisions that we have to make about eating meat make us feel a little bit schizophrenic, because I don't think any of us like hurting things. We're human. We don't like hurting things.
I can think of several people who seem to really enjoy hurting things.
That's because they've been damaged.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. So, okay, let's go to this song. This is by Ben Reed.
In the shadows, averting his eyes from the looks of the strangers who are wanting to pry into his thoughts, his dark reality that he hides from you and from me. The voices are telling him who we cannot trust, who seeks to destroy his balance. They are just a static interference with a scattering of words, like a sea of frightened birds. He fights to hold on to a long-lost memory of warmth and love and understanding, but it slips through the cracks of his sentient desires. Then it fades in the dark and is lost. Voices grow louder, he knows he must obey, to bow to their will just as night follows day. But the days have no meaning, they are puzzles and riddles, washed in rains of whispering drizzles. He cannot comprehend why no one understands that his life, his thoughts are just those of a man who knows not the difference between you and he. We are all just struggling to be free. There, but for the grace of God, go I, a moment when the butterfly rests, a skipped heartbeat, a different path walked. Don't you see? It could be we.
That was epic. A little epic Ben Reed. Done up at my studio.
Nice.
I think Patrick Ross was on that track. That's kind of a cool thing. Song written about a mental state. In fact, I spent the whole week working on one song, sort of off and on, because I was trying to get it right. I was trying to find the magical key that would unlock the song and bring that energy out of it. And I had to spend a day or two on a part that didn't work, and then I had to figure out another part, and then I had to figure out another part, and finally I think I got it, but I'll find out today when I go back. You have to sort of let things sit.
You got to let it go for a minute, and then you come back.
And go back to it and go, either I was a genius and I found it, or man, you were off on a crazy tangent and that really didn't work, because that does happen sometimes. But
I know.
Yeah, so I need sandwich advice.
I love sandwiches.
Okay, so I knew you could help me with this. So the question is...
You know what we have not had in a long time?
What?
Our toasted cheese sandwich and French fry date.
That's because of that awful traumatic experience we had at a local restaurant.
Yeah, but it wasn't the one that we usually go to. So, I think we could try it again at some point.
We could.
I forget.
I
totally forgot that we ever...
we
that
used
was our
to,
thing.
That's right. We used to go get grilled cheese over at 108, Chelsea 108 Diner.
We've just forgot about it. I think we just got really busy for a while.
Yeah.
Well, we hardly ever do it in the summer because you are heading boom off to go garden, and I'm usually heading boom off to the museum or something. So
well, and now we're distracted because there's this frou coffee shop. That's
I love the frou coffee shop.
I know it's fun to go to, but it's a real contrast.
It doesn't seem like it's been tainted by evil yet.
Right. It hasn't. Nobody's...
It's run by my friends who are nice, and they have good... it's got good vibes. So as long as no bad people go in there...
Yeah.
We are good.
Okay, so back to the sandwich advice.
Maybe they'll make us a sandwich.
Can you put butter and peanut butter in the same sandwich?
You know, my grandmother used to make a peanut butter and butter and jelly sandwich, and we loved them as kids. They were so good.
So it's allowed.
It's totally allowed.
Good, because
especially if you could do it on homemade white bread. That's the most amazing thing ever.
I see. Well, I burned my toast this morning. So I had to throw that out. So I thought I better not try again. I should just eat raw bread rather than, it's too complicated, obviously, for me to do toasting this morning. It was too much for my brain. So I had it raw,
Maybe you
but
could
I put
just
the butter on. And
Turn
then
your toaster down. Do you have the toaster that goes on your
the stovetop toaster.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's harder to regulate. I see.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
I
did
grew up
put,
with that kind of toaster. I feel your pain.
Yeah. I put the butter, the peanut butter, and honey.
See, I don't like honey so much, so
This is creamy honey. It's different. Tastes better than
Yeah, you're
regular
right. It does.
for sandwich purposes.
it doesn't drip on your counter and be on your knuckles for the rest of the day and stuff. Like that's
Yeah.
I have real issues with things that are sticky.
Yeah.
So maple syrup as well.
Yeah.
I don't like the stickiness that you can't avoid. No matter what shape they make a maple syrup pouring container in, like the little jugs or the things shaped like little houses or whatever, no matter what, it just drools down the sides and then it's in your refrigerator all sticky.
Yeah. You have
How
to
hard
wide-
is
you
it
have
to
to just-
be in this world
you
where we
have to-
can go to Mars and show people pictures of what Mars looks like? How easy is it? Or how hard would it be to just make a jug that poured maple syrup that didn't just drool down the side?
There's a lot of stuff like that. But actually, my friend...
Like childbirth.
No,
Why haven't they figured out a better way for that yet? That's ridiculous.
Okay, well, that's a whole different topic. But
Hello,
let's go back
a
to
zipper.
maple
Just
syrup.
a zipper. Why don't they just put a zipper on us?
Wait a minute. I just want to say one thing
What?
about this maple syrup container.
And the houses are the worst. The little tiny tin houses.
Yeah, no.
You can't pour something out of a house roof. That's the dumbest thing I've ever
No.
seen.
My friend Glow gave me a bottle because she does sugaring.
Yes.
And it has a little plastic top on it that opens and shuts. And it's actually pretty good.
Oh, like a
You
squeegee, a squirter?
No. But it works. I'll show you sometime.
Because, you know, some salad dressings have that little flip top with a little hole squirt.
like tomato, like you get tomato ketchup in the
Yeah.
in the diners.
Yeah, see,
sometimes.
that's kind of a
And the
good
the-
idea because suction and vacuum and stuff makes it.
Yeah, I like it when they put it in the generic plastic bottle instead of it being like Heinz. Don't you?
Yeah, yes. Just those kind of clear, or not quite clear, kind of
Right, the
opaque-y, cloudy squirt bottles.
Yeah.
That remind me of summer camp.
It
and
just
the
feels
mysterious
like
things
you
that
can
were in them
use
there.
you can use as much as you want.
It does feel, because you know they've got a giant vat of it somewhere in the kitchen that they fill it with.
Yeah, and it comes out in that nice little thin stream as opposed to a big blip.
You know what I miss? Like years ago, before there were these big bulk stores like BJ's and Costco where you can buy just enormous amounts of things all at once. Before they had that, the regular grocery stores had the big aisle. Do you remember the big aisle where you can
The big aisle.
It's just one
Big
aisle.
aisle.
Like Price Chopper or
No.
Grand Union used to have the big aisle where
What's
you can go
that?
through and get like big stuff that was like comically oversized.
Oh.
Like jugs of soda that were what's like a regular big thing of soda? I don't know because I don't drink
Like-
soda, but like something that was big, like it was from a cartoon, like big,
Yeah.
or huge tubs of pudding, or
When-
stuff that looks
when was
like
this?
what is in your school cafeteria closet.
Oh, when
You
was
know?
this? When you were a kid
Like
or
in the
recently?
80s
In the 80s.
or early
See,
90s.
I missed the
before-
80s.
It was before the big aisle went away, but
Yeah, I just missed all that.
it was just like the bulk aisle, the big aisle.
I missed the big aisle. I missed all the music.
There's probably a
I was just-
better word or description for this, but maybe people know what I'm talking about. I don't know. Yeah, it's okay that you missed that. It's sad that you missed the music because there was some good music in the 80s. You could
But there's
miss the
always
clothing.
more good
You could
music.
definitely miss the politics.
There's no shortage of music though. You know what I mean? If you missed a decade, you're probably
the
okay.
good thing about music is it remains, Kristina. Like you can go and find it still. It's still there. Whereas
Yeah.
you know, some of the other stuff like the big aisle and the clothes and the politicians aren't really around anymore, which is
That's
sometimes good and sometimes bad.
I feel bad for you. Of course, I don't miss it, but you do, obviously. You miss the big aisle.
I miss the big aisle.
I keep
but-
thinking you're talking about the Hawaiian mainland when you say
Big aisle.
the big aisle. It's like, yeah, I miss
No,
Hawaii
there's
too.
another,
Never
there's
been
another
there,
word
but
for it. I don't know if it's the bulk or the oversized or the like where school cooks shop or something.
we'll find out. We have to
Or
go.
camp cafeterias.
You're
Okay.
just getting comfortable.
Yeah,
Emily just put her
sorry.
feet up on the
Sorry,
table.
I
Like,
didn't
she
know
looks
where-
like she's settling in finally,
I
and
didn't know it
I'm
was
kind
time
of
to
feeling
go.
the same
It's
way.
just
Like
gone so fast.
the second hour would be so good.
Has poor Todd been on the phone this entire time? Because he's still on the
to
phone.
tech
That's like my
support.
nightmare.
He's been on tech support.
He's been on that phone for 1 hour.
He
That's
makes the
horrible.
station work.
I know he
So
does,
you-
but I feel bad for him because I would never want to be on a phone
Yeah.
for an hour.
WFVR, Royalton Community Radio. You've been listening to that and us.
You have.
all as one conglomerate.
And we come here every Friday at 11 and bring you whatever it is that we just brought you. Do we have a song to go out on?
Yes, we do. It's called Forgiveness.
Oh. Did your recorder actually pick up this whole show, or are we going to have our podcast
Yeah, except for the
created
part
differently?
we were kind of futzing around with batteries.
Okay.
People won't be able to hear that in action. That's live
man,
action.
that was probably our best moments.
I know. Oh, well. Some of those things you can't relive.
Nope.
So, all right. Stay in touch, everybody. We'd
Thanks
like
for
to hear
listening.
from you.
Have an awesome weekend.
And we shall return.
We shall return.
Forgiveness. You've said that many times. What have you lost here? What do you hope to find? Where the hawk is lifted up, where the moon she rise, where the tears no longer hide and they fill your eyes, where 1,000 tales and prayers like smoke have reached the sky. Will you still require forgiveness? You've said that many ways. In the confusion of our nights and the bright light of our days, when you feel your body fall, when there's nothing left to fight, when there's no one to be spared and no one to set things right, when the only one who's true is the spirit of your life, will you still require forgiveness? Forgiveness. I see where you have been. Where the golden sweet grass grows on the highways of the wind. Let me bring you to our life. You can lay your burden down. There's no need to carry on. We can lie here on the ground
only sky and clouds and sun, and the earth beneath our backs, and the love that we have shared. Isn't that